And students across Indiana have started taking the ISTEp exam or soon will. We have tips from an expert about how to make the testing less stressful.
Live from Wish TV, 24-hour News 8 at noon starts right now.
It is that time of year that makes students and parents have a little more stress in their lives. It's because it's ISTEp testing time. Joining us today is Dr. Renae Azziz with a few tips that might help ease that stress for you and for your student when they're taking the exam. And Dr. Azziz, first off, do we as parents end up putting extra pressure on students?
We absolutely do, but it comes from a good place. We do it because we love them and we want them to do really well. So I think that one of the important things for us as parents to do is to really monitor our own behavior. And that's one of the essential tips, right, that I'd like to share with parents today, that we want to avoid being overly critical of the testing process. Our kids are hearing all kinds of things on the news, but they're also watching us, and so we're having conversation about you know, what's going on at home, and so we can sometimes be critical, and that produces more anxiety in our children. What are the tips then for kind of relaxing the situation? What should we do? Well, one of the first things we can do initially, before we ever have some strategies for our students, is to recognize what anxiety is. Some of us first think of upset stomach, or I'm biting my nails, or I might be pacing, but we can also be thinking about irritability, kids who might be withdrawn or sad. They might even have physical symptoms like upset stomach or changes in their appetite or their sleep. Once we know what the signs are, then we can really do some things about them. And some of those things are helping our students prepare mentally. And so we want to teach and practice with our students how to do some deep breathing exercises when they're feeling anxious. And so one of those things is the commonly used 4 square method of breathing. You breathe in, you hold it, you breathe out and hold it again. Visualization. I'm mentioning those things because we have to, as parents, practice those things with our children. And we don't oftentimes. You think about our kids' teachers, they've been practicing for months about the ISTEp, right? Preparing them for those things. And so we want to practice those strategies at home so that when our children are in the setting, they're taking those tests, they can automatically activate those strategies. So that's really important. What about as we get there the night before something? How do we help the child have a decent night's rest, and what do we give them in the morning when they get up? Well, it starts way before then. We have to be proactive. Okay. So we want to, leading up to the test, really praise and reinforce our students. And so we should be using positive language, focusing on how they worked really hard this whole year long, how they know just what they need to know, that they've got all those skills. So we want to be praising the good things that our children are doing and making it a really just fun and nice place to be at home, right? We want to make them as comfortable as we can. And really, when it comes down to it, the night before, we're going to do all those pep talks. We're really going to, you know, maybe give them a snack before bedtime, their favorite snack. And really, again, it's about focusing on making them feel good. When our kids feel good, they're going to do great. Okay. And 12 hours originally, now we're down to 9. That's still a long time. And the truth is, testing is part of the education experience. You know, no matter how we feel about the test, they're here. And so what we have to focus on as parents is how to make sure that we can support our children through this process. They'll make it. Parents, don't worry, they'll make it. Dr. Renae Azziz, thanks very much. Sure, my pleasure.